Today we're going to take a look at the easiest way to cut away when we're working on projects in Adobe Premiere. To follow along with this project, navigate to the class Google Drive folder, open the Downloads folder, and locate the folder called Stair Climb Cutaway. Drag that to your desktop to download it. And remember, if I'm on a Mac, I need to hold down the Option key before I let go so I don't move the folder off of the Google Drive. When you open the project file, you'll notice that I've already placed the main interview, video, and dialogue onto the timeline. If you look at the project window in the lower left, you'll see that I've imported the files already. I have B-roll and interview to keep my files separate. While I'm still in the project window, I'm going to open the B-roll folder, and I'm going to double-click on the second clip, which I've already added an endpoint to. This clip is 6 seconds long, and I want to put that on my timeline a couple of seconds into the interview. I'm just going to click into the source window, and I'm going to drag my clip down onto the timeline and let go, and then I'll play the main clip back to figure out where I want to place my first cut. So I want to make sure I see the blue ring around my timeline so I know that window's active. And next I'm going to hit the spacebar to start playing this clip back.
Sure, as we all know, today is September 11th. 23 years ago, 343 firefighters from FDNY were killed in the terrorist attacks on 9/11 trying to rescue people from the World Trade Center. What our firefighters...
So I can move that clip a little to the left or the right depending on where I want it to start, but I think it actually looks pretty good right there. The next step is to adjust the audio on the second clip so that it doesn't overpower the dialogue in the original interview clip. To adjust the audio on the second clip, I want to click on the clip. It should open my Essential Sound panel, and I'm going to click on Ambience, and that should change this window a little bit. So what I want to do is try to use the auto ducking feature to lower the sound on the secondary clip. So if this window is not already opened, you can click on the caret to expose it. I'm going to turn on the auto ducking. It's already set to duck against the dialogue clips. If I see that my generate keyframes is active, I can click on this and it should lower the background noise. I'm going to use the up arrow key to quickly jump to the beginning of that secondary clip and hit the spacebar to play it back.
Killed in the terrorist attacks on 9/11 trying to rescue people from the World Trade Center.
If I don't think that the adjustment is enough, I can go back over to the Essential Sound panel and I can increase the duck amount or decrease the duck amount if I need to get more natural sound to come back in. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to double click on clip 2302. I'm going to open that up. This clip is much louder than the other ones, so I'm going to hit the space bar and I'm going to play this until about 2 seconds. This clip is 8 seconds and 24 frames long. You can see in the lower right above the timeline in the source window. So I'm going to hit the space bar until I get to 2. Back it up 1 frame with the left arrow key, and I'm going to add an endpoint. And then I'm going to play this again until it gets to about 5 seconds in.
All this they're doing.
So I actually want to lose that dialogue where the person starts to talk. So I'm going to back this up with the arrow key. And I'm going to add an out marker. Now, because that person is talking in there, I actually want to drag this playhead over here and add a few more seconds to this because I want to cut out that person talking. And you can see as I drag, the time on the lower right of the source window will show me how long the clip is with its in and out points. I'm going to click and drag this clip down onto the timeline. I'm just going to put it in a random spot. I can use the down arrow to jump to the start of that clip where I've placed it on the timeline, and I'm going to play this back. And you can tell there's a lot more noise in that second clip that is really going to overpower the dialogue. So we're going to do the same process. I'm going to click on the clip, and in Essential Sound, I'm going to tag Ambience. I'm going to go down and turn on the auto ducking. And when I see generate keyframes, I'm going to click on generate keyframes. I'm going to actually start playing this back and click the generate keyframes so you can hear it in real time.
Some of them actually made it to the victims.
So I would probably lower that a little bit more just so that I can hear the dialogue a little better. And I can do that by increasing the duck amount up to, let's say, 24.2 decibels. I'll move this playhead back.
Did on that day. Some of them actually made it to.
And you can see it's much less distracting. And that is how we quickly can add a cut to our B-roll or a cutaway onto our timeline.